Good Monday morning. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Cole. The bottom line for the forecast, we'll have sunny and dry weather continuing throughout the start of this week, but by Thursday our pattern's going to pivot. We'll have multiple rain chances and high temperatures trending cooler. Will be around 70 through Friday, but down into the 50s and 60s for this weekend, feeling very much like fall out there. Okay, let's take a live look right now at the air quality map. It's still not looking too great around that Labor Mountain fire that's burning on the county line of Chelan County and Kittitas County. But for the rest of us, air quality looking good. A little bit later in the show, we'll show you what is going to end up happening to the smoke over the next couple of days. Current temperatures this morning, 30s and 40s, quite brisk out there. 34 in Ellensburg, 36 in the Tri-Cities, 45 degrees in Walla Walla, and 30s and 40s up in the mountains as well. So all of us not only need some sort of jacket for this morning, but probably need some sort of heavier jacket. So here's your day planner forecast for this Monday. You see we're going to be into the 50s and 60s around lunchtime, then very comfortable for the warmest part of the day. Beautiful forecast ahead. We'll talk about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Pasco police making 4 DUI arrests. So we have the bizarre details on one of the stops that they made over the weekend. Plus, farmers in our region are turning away from growing hops and apples and making hemp instead. Well, we have the reason why and what local leaders are saying about it. Also coming up, the cutest vehicle stop you've ever seen, what officers in Prosser say this little suspect did, and why they cited him. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. It is Monday, October 6th. Jessica is off this morning, and we start with some top stories and a crime alert out of Pasco. That's where police tell us that they arrested a man for driving under the influence, but it's the car that the man was driving that had officers scratching their heads. Take a look at your screen. This photo sent in to us by Pasco police. You'll see the car that suspect was driving doesn't have much of a tire left on the wheel there. Well, according to Pasco police, the suspect tried to park the vehicle once he saw officers behind him. Then he got out and tried to run, but he ran into an area surrounded by a fence. So soon enough, he was handcuffed. And on top of a DUI, he was also arrested for failure to stop. Officers say that same night, they arrested 3 other people for DUIs, and they're reminding the public that there are much safer and better ways to get around than drinking and driving. 502 and continuing coverage this morning, the Kennewick School District's telling us that they will host a safety summit at the Kamiakin High School Library tomorrow. That'll be on Tuesday, October 7th. So this meeting comes after a 14-year-old Kamiakin High School student allegedly made a credible threat on social media against the school. Authorities say as they were investigating this threat, they found videos and a manifesto and a color-coded map of the school indicating a shooting plot was underway. The Safety Summit is designed to bring together families, district staff, law enforcement, and community partners for an open and moderated discussion on school safety. The meeting starts at 6 p.m. Again, it's tomorrow evening, and you are encouraged to submit your questions in advance. 503, turning our attention now to a fire watch where we are learning crews are continuing to make steady progress on suppressing the Labor Mountain fire. So there's been increased fire activity in the Mission Creek area. Firefighters taking proactive measures to initiate tactical firing operations. They're removing thick overgrown brush along Forest Service roads, and they're clearing by clearing this vegetation, it's helping firefighters turn these roadways into strong containment lines that can slow or even stop the fire's advance. So this operation will produce increased smoke in the area as well. So with that, we want to take a closer look at what fire crews are dealing with this week when it comes to the forecast and fire weather. So we want to send it over to Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. What are crews going to be facing condition-wise? And do you have updates also on acreage and containment of these fires?
Yes, I got all the above. So first of all, the weather is going to be warm and dry to start off for this week, so that's not going to be good news for containment efforts. But when that pattern flips on Thursday to one that is more of a cooler and wetter pattern, I think that will help out with both of the fires, the Labor Mountain fire and the Wildcat fire. So we start off with the Labor Mountain fire. See, this one is now pretty close to 40,000 acres, still 7% contained, and all those active hotspots continue to be on the eastern flank of the fire around US 97, and it also looks like the northern flank of the fire is starting to flare up a little bit once again. So Evacuations still in place, level 1, level 2, and level 3 in place in Chelan County. And then also we have those level 1 and level 2 evacuations in place for northern Kittitas County. You can find an interactive version of these maps listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, now we slide it down to northwestern Yakima County, the Wildcat Fire. This one is now around 15,000 acres, and containment unfortunately slipped down once again. So now we're down to 5% containment. See, technically 15,314 acres, and still the northern and eastern flank of the fire, as it's been now for the past couple weeks, continues to be the problem flank of the fire. And those level 2 beset evacuations still in place for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. But again, that pattern flipping towards the end of this week, that's going to be great news for both the fires. We'll talk about the pattern flip coming up a little bit later in the show.
Josh, thanks so much. Taking you to Yakima now, where the airport director has announced that he is retiring, citing frustration with city leadership. Robert Hodgman is retiring from his position effective October 31st. He says he did not make the decision lightly, but has been planning his departure for a while, saying it's a result of a difficult work environment created by a lack of support from Yakima city leadership. Hodgman says that he's been trying to work on improving the Yakima airport for a long time, but the support for those efforts just isn't there.
It just became obvious that the work that I'm trying to do here is not fully supported, and so things all kind of came to a head at the same time, and it became the only real option I had, which was to submit my retirement.
Hodgman says he doesn't want to leave the position that he loves, but the work environment became too difficult. However, despite the challenges, Hodgman says that good progress has been made on a lot of projects. A spokesperson with the city of Yakima says they are focused on the future of the airport and looking to build its momentum. They will begin the search for a new airport director in the next few days. 5:07 now, and Congressman Dan Newhouse spoke with local farmers on Friday to learn why many are switching from growing hops and apples to hemp. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkivitz tells us why farmers are making the switch and what they're asking of their representative.
Central Washington is known for being a leader in agriculture, and one plant is starting to grow in popularity. That plant is hemp, and Washington District 4 Representative Dan Newhouse met with farmers in Sunnyside and Grandview to talk about the crop. The past few years have been especially hard on many local farmers, with apple and hop sales on the decline. As a result, many farmers have turned to hemp to make up for lost revenue.
And so we're just trying to diversify and find something that can sustain, our family and, keep doing what I love to do, which is farming. So.
Many local farms are growing hemp to be used for pharmaceutical and health purposes, which falls under current federal regulations. But farmers are asking Congressman Newhouse to change language in the House Agriculture Appropriation Bill, which is set to restrict hemp and its products. The congressman says he supports making a change.
Absolutely. There's work going on right now to clarify, to make sure that the words say what we want them to say, what we mean for them to say, so that, like I said, that the industry can continue to grow and thrive.
But with the government expected to stay shut down for the weekend, changes to the appropriations bill will have to wait until the government shutdown is over.
It seems pretty simple that we should just make sure we can reopen, get things back to normal, and then continue the process of getting the appropriation bills done. I think we owe that to the American people.
Those against the changes to the bill argue that the current regulations are too loose on hemp growers and that products with any level of THC should be banned. Critics also want to close a loophole that allows hemp growers to create intoxicating products without facing taxes and restrictions that apply to marijuana. Reporting from Sunnyside, Caleb Stipkivitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And a change to the bill's language already passed in the Senate and will be discussed by the House once the government is back up and running. At 5:09, check this out. It may be the cutest little crime alert you've ever seen. The Prosper Police Department said yesterday evening, the culprit was driving his vehicle on the walking pathway. Officers say they were patrolling the 300 block of Wine Country Road and spotted the toy red Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. The one-year-old suspect was stopped in the Les Schwab parking lot. They say he was given a verbal warning and a sticker. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. The latest on the push by the White House to send the National Guard to Democratic-governed cities like Portland. Details coming up in your national headlines. But first, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have your first alert forecast on this Monday morning. It is 10 minutes after 5, giving you that live look outside from right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. We're back after the break.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The biggest mattress event of the year is on now at More Furniture. Back aching? Too hot to sleep? More Furniture has the solution. Treat yourself to a test rest on your favorite Tempur-Pedic mattress. After that, it's easy with 72 months interest-free financing. Make 72 equal monthly payments. Pay absolutely no interest, and best of all, no money down. We'll also provide free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Visit More Furniture today and sleep better tonight.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Much to the delight of our customers, John Gray now brings you Gray's Pizza and Bar, your new favorite spot in Grandview for great foods and good times. Busy day? No worries. Call ahead and order your favorite pizza to go. Quick, easy pickup, slices, salads, and soft drinks. Lunch made simple with our Monday to Friday quick lunch special. Students get $1 off every pizza slice, and school staff enjoy 10% off their orders Monday through Friday until 4 p.m. Gray's Pizza and Bar. Great deals, great eats right here in Grandview. Come see us today.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
I love how you're always thinking ahead.
Well, they don't call me Prepared Pat for nothing.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
And that would be Relieved Rudy?
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
You can look, but you can't touch me.
They're revved up for a big game. We're in for a good night.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's talk about the smoke we're expecting over the next couple of days, and most of it's going to be up in the Cascades, but we put this into motion, and come time for a little bit later this afternoon, we're expecting the fires to flare up once again, but the upper level winds this time coming out of the east, so that's going to bring all of that to the west side, and it's not going to be the problem for most of us. Now into tomorrow, kind of looks like we deal with the same cycle, right? The fires flaring up as we head into the afternoon. Now this time the upper level wind's going to come out of the west, but still we're not expecting a whole bunch of haze or smoke to blanket our area. It's something we'll be tracking very closely. Let's take you now on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County. We're around freezing in the Kittitas Valley, so you might have to break out the ice scraper this morning for the first morning this year. Then in the Yakima Valley, we're seeing 30s and 40s, 35 for Yakima, 41 in Union Gap, pair of 37s for Sunnyside and Grandview. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, also 30s and 40s, 36 for the Tri-Cities, 44 up towards the Hanford site. And then for the Blue Foothills, 30s and 40s, and then 20s, 30s and 40s for the higher elevations of the Blue Mountains. Here is your coatcast for today in the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket weather for this morning. It's going to be light jacket weather into the late morning, and then a little bit of t-shirt weather for the warmest part of the day, but into the evening, once again, it's going to be light jacket weather. So for today, very seasonal for the 6th day of October, I believe. But as we head into later this week, trending cooler, trending wetter. I'll talk about both those trends coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 5:14 now to your national headlines and the latest on the push by the White House to send National Guard troops to Democratic-governed cities. It comes after a federal judge temporarily blocked the administration from deploying units to Oregon. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
Overnight, a ruling from a Trump-appointed federal judge temporarily blocking the deployment of any state's National Guard to Oregon. In a highly unusual emergency hearing Sunday night, the U.S. District Judge questioned if the Trump administration had circumvented her order a day earlier. It comes after the president defended his decision to deploy 200 California National Guard troops to Portland instead of using Oregon's own National Guard.
We send in the National Guard. You know what? We send in what's ever necessary.
We cannot normalize the approach he is taking with the military in our own country. It's not warranted. It is unlawful. It is un-American.
The Trump administration appealed the judge's order from Saturday to the Ninth Circuit, which had not responded yet. Meanwhile, over the weekend, federal officers in Portland faced off with protesters, firing pepper balls, flashbangs, and tear gas. Oregon's Attorney General asking protesters to gather peacefully as the case progresses through the court system.
Protest peacefully and be respectful to all of the dedicated law enforcement and National Guards members that serve our great state.
And in Chicago, the president now authorizing hundreds of Illinois National Guard troops to protect federal officials in Chicago. The governor of Illinois accusing the president of creating a war zone.
And we are told that the governor of Illinois is planning to speak later today. We'll, of course, keep you updated. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth and your full First Alert forecast as we start this week. Giving you a live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 16 minutes after 5. Sunrise set today for 7:02. We'll be right back.
Designed to impress, engineered to perform. Shop GE Appliances at Fred's Appliance. Save big on all GE appliances, from dishwashers to ranges, fridges to ovens, and even laundry. You won't find sales like this unless you shop locally. Like this new induction range model, only $11.99. Stop in to explore GE at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Roll into some serious cash this October at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Roll the dice to reveal your poker hand. Hit a royal flush and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? No problem. Every hand wins cash or free play. Then join us Saturday, November 1st for not one but two grand prize drawings with 6 winners. Come roll for the Royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
These hands are working hands. My hands are the most important tools I have. You need to take care of them. That's where O'Keeffe's comes in.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also, try O'Keeffe Skin Repair Body Creams.
These hands create all of the materials I work with dry out my hands. If my hands get really dry, I can't do my job. I depend on O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
O'Keeffe's is hard-working skincare.
This is the Temper Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Temper Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus 72 months no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
WSUR ton of Palouse Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous day out there. Lots of sunshine from the Cascades to the Blues. Of course, a little bit hazy up by some of those fires that are burning up in the Cascades. And for today, very seasonal stuff. Around 70 degrees for lower elevations. Going to be into the 50s and 60s for the mountains. So just a perfect fall day out there. Wind gusts going to be a little bit breezy today around US 97. So not the best news for containment efforts of the Labor Mountain fire in particular. Also a little bit breezy today for the Blue Foothills, but for the rest of us, calm gust. Then for tonight, we're going to be looking at clear skies, and it is going to be chilly out there. We'll have 30s and 40s for lower elevations and 30s and 40s up in the mountains as well. Okay, and the gust at this point, a little bit breezy up towards Snoqualmie Pass and for White Pass. So this is going to be worse news for the Wildcat fire as opposed to the Labor Mountain fire. And then for tomorrow, both fires burning in the Cascades going to deal with some gusty conditions. The Blues could also be a little bit breezy. And then by Tuesday night, some of those gusts now calming down for the perimeter around the Wildcat fire, so that's the good news, but still breezy around the Labor Mountain fire. Some of those gusts shooting into the mountain gap of Kittitas County, so that would impact places like Roslyn and Cle Elum and Ellensburg. Forecast high temperature is going to stay around seasonal through Friday. Then you see a big cool down into Saturday and Sunday. Could have a hard time making it out of the 50s in the Tri-Cities by Sunday, so very cool stuff. And then, you know, in terms of why our temperatures are going down, that coincides with rain chances going up Thursday and beyond. We need the cooler and the wetter weather to put fire season to bed for good. We've been saying that now for the past few weeks. We're just going to keep on saying it. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny through Wednesday. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. In Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next few days. Then rain chances could drive highs all the way down to 60 by Sunday. In Ellensburg, perfect fall weather to start this week, then quite brisk this weekend with mid-50s to low 60s. In Hermiston, low to mid-70s with a lot of sunshine for the next 3 days, then shower chances with cooler highs Thursday and into the weekend. Finally, for Walla Walla, perfect early October weather for the first half of the week. Small rain chances Thursday and Friday, then rain looking much more likely for a much cooler weekend.
Fall is really settling in, isn't it?
It sure is, and you know, there's a little bit of something for everyone this weekend. If you like warm and sunny weather, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those are your days.
Yeah.
If you like some rain chances, some cooler weather, winds picking up as we head into the weekend, that would be for you.
Yep. All right. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Still much more ahead here. She's, of course, making headlines, but that's what happens when you're living the life of a showgirl. We take a look at the official release of Taylor Swift's new album and more coming up in your entertainment news.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Join us for the biggest sale of the year this holiday weekend at More Furniture. You'll find all the newest styles, functions, and features when you shop our gorgeous fall arrivals. And best of all, it's in stock and on sale. Plus, for a limited time with your minimum purchase of $14.99, choose your bonus. Free white glove delivery of your purchase, or we'll pay your sales tax. Visit your local More Furniture today and save big. More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Fort of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
For decades, CG Public House has been known for fresh, chef-inspired meals and seasonal specialty menus. When the weather's right, enjoy patio dining with dog-friendly amenities that make everyone feel welcome. Pair your favorite dishes with handcrafted cocktails and premium local wines for the perfect dining experience. Don't miss the Pendleton Beef Prime Rib, served every Friday and Saturday. And be sure to finish with a slice of our famous homemade pie. Join us to make CG Public House your favorite dine-out.
Chiefs, Jags, Monday Night Football at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, 525. Taking a look at your entertainment headlines this morning. We're looking at what took the top spots in the box office over the weekend.
Also, the event celebrating those who are shaping the fashion industry. So with the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Taylor Swift's The Official Release Party of a Showgirl easily took the top spot at the box office this weekend. The 3-day release was the cinematic companion to the pop star's 12th studio album release, earning an estimated $33 million domestically, with another $13 million overseas.
Viva la revolution!
One battle after another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, took the number 2 spot at the box office this weekend, bringing in another $11 million here at home in its second week of release. The action thriller, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, which is already getting Oscar buzz, is now Anderson's highest-grossing film ever, surpassing $100 million globally. Jaden Smith, Coleman Domingo, and Heidi Klum were among the stars of the 2025 Business of Fashion Gala in Paris over the weekend. The event celebrates those shaping the fashion industry, including designers, models, and muses and entrepreneurs. Smith and his sister Willow were named in the Models and Muses category, as well as Domingo.
I'm an actor and a director and a writer, and I didn't know there was a space for me in this fashion world. But I guess fashion means storytelling. Apparently I know how to tell a story, and I feel like I've been embraced in a beautiful way.
And happy birthday to Elizabeth Shue, the Adventures in Babysitting and Karate Kid actress and producer, turned 62 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
A lot going on, as always. So did you just lock yourself in your apartment all week and just binge listen to the Taylor Swift album? Was that what you did?
You must have been a fly on the wall in my apartment.
I had a feeling that's what your plans were.
Yeah. Can we talk about Jaden Smith's look?
No, I don't know if I want to.
That was like red face paint, right?
That was a lot to unpack, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, but he's always kind of put himself on the edge of that fashion and art.
Both him and his sister always trying to push the boundaries, so respect to them.
Yeah, but he wasn't moving.
No, he was very statue-like.
Like very robotic. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Nope. Well, clearly we weren't invited to that party, so.
No, not cool enough.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It's spooky season, but the deals we're seeing aren't scary at all. We're looking at everything from headphones to coffee makers, all the tricks and the treats for your wallet this month. It's coming up in your next half hour. But first, here's your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, OpenAI is reportedly having issues that could delay its first hardware product. The AI assistant device, created with iPhone and iPod designer Jony Ive, was set to be released next year, but a new report says there are multiple issues, including privacy concerns. Next, California's 800,000 rideshare drivers now have the right to unionize. A new law just signed by Governor Gavin Newsom allows them to collectively bargain for better pay, benefits, and working conditions. The recognition process for driver organizations begins next May. And finally, a bold prediction from billionaire Jeff Bezos. He says he believes millions of people will be living in space in the next few decades. He also says there will be orbital AI data centers with robots doing all the grunt work. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Airwick's vibrant fragrances are infused with 2 times more essential oils. The advanced plug-in with a boost button and anti-fade technology can keep your home always inviting for up to 70 days. That's a lot of inviting. Air Wick. Always fragrant, always inviting.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
Oatmeal.
No. Cold pizza.
No. Eggo waffles.
Yes!
You both said yes to something.
The delicious Eggo taste they want. The wholesome breakfast you want for them. No one says no to Eggo.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
Well, it was quite the weekend. It was sunny. It was nice. There's a little breeze here and there, but kind of where are we headed now, making our way into the week?
We have more of that for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then after that, pattern flip. So we're going to be cooler and
I told
wetter.
you I don't like it when it does that on the weekends.
I'm sorry. I don't like it either. I wish that could happen today. Then the weekend could be beautiful.
But I thought you were the one that can control it.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't
you just talk about it?
Yeah, I don't have my elevated superpowers yet. Need a couple more years for that. All right, bottom line for the forecast. Sunny and dry weather will continue over the next few days like we were just talking about, but then that pattern flip for Thursday and beyond. We're trending wetter for sure and also cooler as high temperatures throughout much of this week going to be around 70 for lower elevations, but down into perhaps the 50s and 60s for this weekend. So definitely a cooler trend. All right, air quality this morning still not looking great around that Labor Mountain fire, especially on the eastern side of the fire. But in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the Basin, the foothills, and the Blues, air quality is good. We love to see green on this map. Okay, current temperatures this morning, seeing green and blue on this map as well, as we are in the 30s and 40s across the region. So all of us not only need a jacket this morning, you probably need a heavier jacket as you're headed out the front door, headed off to work or school. Here's your hourly forecast for this Monday in the Tri-Cities. Only going to be around 60 for lunchtime, but closer to 70 for the warmest part of the day. So thus it will be a magnificent Monday forecast. I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. We start this half hour of news with health headlines. This October, of course, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that means a flag will once again fly high above Cadillac Regional Medical Center, honoring survivors and remembering lives lost. Well, this year it also is about educating families on the genetic risks of breast cancer. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has more on the link between breast cancer and the BRCA gene.
For more than 20 years, Cadillac has raised this pink flag in Richland. It's a symbol of hope and a call to action for early detection. For survivor Jenna Bogard, that message is deeply personal.
I was diagnosed in April after a little over 2.5 years of seeking help to figure out what was wrong and what this lump was that I had in my breast. It kept presenting as mastitis.
Doctors say that picture often begins with a gene, known as the breast cancer gene, or BRCA.
Mutations in BRCA1 or 2 can affect the DNA repair process, which means as our cells grow and divide, their DNA is continuously replicated. And if that process isn't repaired by a good enzyme, then cancer can form.
BRCA testing can be life-saving, especially for families with a history of breast or ovarian cancer.
If you had a sister who was diagnosed with breast cancer in her 40s, or somebody with a particularly aggressive breast cancer, all of these things are potentially signs that a breast cancer gene mutation may be present in your family.
Dr. Rohrg says the strongest links are those in your immediate family. For Jenna, knowing her risks and having support made all the difference.
I'm still going through it, so I still have more time here at Cadillac with Dr. Drosh and his team. I would encourage anyone, go get your mammogram, go get checked.
As the flag rises again this year, Cadillac leaders say it's more than tradition. It's a reminder that awareness, screenings, and genetic testing can help save lives. From flagpoles to family histories, the message is clear. Understanding your genetic risk is key to early detection. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And if you're interested in learning more about the BRCA testing or breast cancer screenings, Cadillac offers genetic counseling and mammography services year-round. Health experts stress the sooner you know your risk, the sooner you can take action. 5:34 now, and a big water storage project could be coming to the Yakima Basin. It's a part of a long-term plan to help both farms and fish. The Springwood Ranch site just outside of Ellensburg has been bought through a team effort between the state and several conservation groups. So right now, a multi-million-dollar feasibility study is looking at how a reservoir could be built there. And that includes studying the geology and different options for the size of the project. It's all a part of the basin-wide integrated plan that involves irrigation districts, state and federal agencies, and conservation organizations.
There's not going to be enough water with natural flows to fulfill even the oldest, to completely fill even the oldest water rights in the basin. So that's why storage is more important than ever, and trying to do new water storage in a way that's helpful for fish.
Revelle says that the study should take about another year to finish, and after that, the focus will shift to funding and permitting before any actual construction can get started. 5:35 now, and a local nonprofit is making a big difference for people experiencing homelessness here in the Tri-Cities. Sent to Serve hosted one of their community shower events on Saturday. They set up at First Lutheran Church in Kennewick, and every couple of weeks, Sent to Serve brings out trailers filled with showers and supplies to different churches across the area. These events offer hot meals, haircuts, clothing, and hygiene products, turning what could be a basic service into a community gathering. Volunteers say it feels more like a street fair with families, kids, and even pets showing up to take part.
We have a lot of people there. Rebecca she described it as a yard sale street fair. There's kids and dogs and people all over the place. And we do showers, and we've got some stylists coming for hair. It's going to be a good day.
Organizers say they serve anywhere from 50 to 100 people each time, and the need is only growing. 5:36 now, and it's October, and that means pumpkins, costumes, and even some holiday shopping. A few major sales are already creeping in, plus some great deals on some top-rated products. In today's Consumer Reports, we've got all the details on what they are and where you can get them.
Heading to the store for some Halloween candy? You may want to hit a few extra aisles because while it may seem frightfully early, October is a huge month for saving money on just about anything.
October really kicks off the holiday shopping season. You've got Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days sale on October 7th and 8th, and big sales from other major retailers.
You may know Dyson for their vacuums, but did you hear? CR's tests show there's a lot to like about their on-track noise-canceling headphones, now half off on the company's website. CR says they deliver superb sound and top-notch noise canceling. Keep your little goblins fed with this Instant Pot air fryer, nearly half off with a Prime membership on Amazon. CR likes its intuitive controls, quiet operation, and easy-to-clean design.
So many of these discounts are going to keep going through November, leading right into Black Friday.
And at some stores, the return window won't come back to haunt you if you're buying holiday gifts early.
Some retailers start their extended holiday return windows in October, giving you until January to make any returns.
If you have the urge to splurge on someone special this shopping season, CR recommends the Edifier Bluetooth speakers on sale at Amazon. CR says their standout sound quality makes them a bargain, even at full price. You can brew up a potion that gets you going in the morning with this 10-cup grind and brew Melita coffee maker marked down at Macy's. It may be pricey, but CR says you might just taste the difference. So carve out some time to get a jump, not a jump scare, on your holiday shopping. Happy Halloween and happy hunting for deals. This is Marcy Whalen.
And a friendly reminder from Consumer Reports. They say check your store's return policy before buying any gifts this season. As you heard there, a lot of stores are already offering that extended return policy, but some aren't yet. All right, so much more ahead. It was a fast weekend in the Tri-Cities as race cars hit the tracks for the annual Fall Classic. Coming up, we have a behind-the-scenes look as our very own Jessica Jalal got to ride along in one of the race cars. We have more on that coming up after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point. 5:38 on this Monday morning. Sunrise set for 7:02. And when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will break down what we can expect on this Monday.
WSUR Tonapalooza Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest Tuesday at 6.
GMA This Morning.
How would you like us all to remember your father?
Jack Osborne speaking out for the first time on his father Ozzy's incredible legacy. The emotional exclusive.
Sorry.
This morning.
How is your mother doing now?
On Good Morning America.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
What makes New unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, you can get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Too thrilling.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
911, what's your emergency?
We form a bond stronger than blood, because ours is a family forged in fire.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. See traffic is flowing along smoothly this morning, and just seeing the city lights off in the distance. Not much daylight to work with right now. Okay, here's your day planner forecast for this Monday. For the lower elevations by 8 this morning, still going to be into the 30s and 40s, but pretty close to lunchtime, around 60 degrees. And then for the warmest part of the day, upper 60s to low 70s for lower elevations. Pretty seasonal stuff for the 6th day of October. Here's that zone by zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. We're going to be in the mid 60s for the pass. We're going to be in the upper 60s for the valley, and looks like the wind gust going to be pretty light here, pretty light in the Yakima Valley as well. High temperatures around 70 up and down the valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, also pretty close to 70 degrees, a little bit closer to 65 for Boardman, always a little bit cooler there as opposed to the rest of the basin environment. And then for the foothills, mid to upper 60s for the Morrow County foothills, around 70 for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, then 50s and 60s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. A little bit breezy out this way for the foothills in particular, those gusts out of the north and east, gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. We'll have similar forecasts into the next couple of days, but then we have some, of course, cooler and wetter weather for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll talk about how the pattern is going to flip after that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, talking community events. Engines roared into West Richland over the weekend as the Tri-City Raceway hosted its 38th annual Fall Classic.
And before the competition heated up, a familiar face, our very own Jessica Jalal, got to see what it was like to be inside one of the race cars. So take a look.
The smell of rubber and the sound of horsepower zoomed into West Richland over the weekend as the 38th annual Fall Classic took over the Tri-City Raceway. It's one of the biggest short track racing events in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a weekend that draws racers from all across the region. For the second straight season, this Fall Classic will expand from a 125-lap race back to the more traditional 200-lap event. And just ahead of the races, the mayor of West Richland, Brent Jerry, took a few laps around the track, and I got to tag along.
Tomorrow morning, you got to let them know that you got to ride with the mayor.
Gotcha, yeah.
Jerry was instrumental in bringing the Fall Classic back to the TCR 4 years ago. We got to hear from some of the racers about what makes the Tri-City so special, and they also expressed their need for speed.
I used to skydive and snowmobile and all that speed thing. So yeah, the adrenaline, this takes the cake as far as adrenaline goes, by far.
Speed and getting to go and be the main show for some of the races, not just being like a little sideshow.
Featuring the Northwest Super Late Model Series, there is a hefty $10,000 prize up for grabs for the winner of Sunday's race.
Fun.
Yes.
What a dynamic duo, the mayor and Jalal.
Definitely, and when he first kicked it in high gear, her eyes turned into saucers. They were a little wide.
Rightfully so. The races wrapped up just yesterday. Taking home first place in the 2025 Fall Classic 200 was Ethan Ebert. Hayden Plyboy finishing second, and Zach Reel winning third place. So congratulations to all the racers, and what a fun time Jessica had out there.
Yes, I'm a little jealous.
Oh, we'll get you signed up next time.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And of course, our little jealous Josh. He'll be back with a forecast that some would be jealous about for sure.
He'll be over it on the other side of the break, that is.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Purple proudly presents.
'Tis my sleeping beauty. I shall wake her from this cursed spell.
Oh.
If you ever wake me up again, I will feed you to a dragon.
I have slain the dragon.
And I was slaying this nap until you woke me up.
This is a purple.
My pain has disappeared like magic,
thanks to the GelFlex Grid.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect purple.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Kruger Art in the Palouse, Tuesday on Fly the Northwest. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous start to the work week, so we'll have plenty of sunshine across the map. Of course, some hazier sunshine up towards those fires that are burning in the Cascades. High temperatures today going to be around 70 for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the mountains. Very seasonal stuff for early October. Gusts today going to be a little bit breezy for the Blue Foothills and for the Cascades, specifically around US 97. So not great news when it comes to containment efforts of the Labor Mountain fire in particular. And then for tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight low is going to be brisk once again, as all of it's going to be down into the 30s and 40s. And winds at this point calmer for the Labor Mountain fire, but going to start to pick up for the Wildcat fire. So again, we don't want to see any breezes up in the Cascades with active fires still burning. Both those fires going to deal with more breezy conditions into tomorrow. Pretty light gusts for the rest of us. And then for Tuesday night, some of those breezes slipping down into the Kittitas Valley, but you can see the Labor Mountain fire still going to contend with some of those breezes. All right, let's take it back down to lower elevations. Our forecast is going to be excellent over the next handful of days. Will be seasonal, lots of sunshine, but then starting to trend cooler for Friday and beyond, and that will go hand in hand with rain chances going up starting on Thursday, then into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We need the cooler and the wetter weather to get some real tangible containment on those fires burning up in Cascades, which is something we've been saying now for the past month, and we'll continue to say it. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Warm, dry, and sunny through Wednesday. Cooler and wetter Thursday through Sunday. In Yakima, highs hover around 70 over the next few days. The rain chances could drive highs all the way down to 60 by Sunday. In Ellensburg, perfect fall weather to start this week, then quite brisk this weekend with mid-50s to low 60s. In Hermiston, low to mid-70s with a whole lot of sunshine for the next 3 days, and shower chances with cooler highs Thursday and into the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, perfect early October weather for the first half of the week. Small rain chances Thursday and Friday, then rain looking much more likely for a much cooler weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:51 is the time, and it's time now for your morning sprint. We start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. First up, Pasco police made 4 DUI arrests just on Saturday night alone. One of them was an arrest from a suspect driving the car you see right there on your screen. As you can see, a lot of that tire is missing. Officers say the man tried to park and run, but then ran into a fenced area and was shortly arrested after. On top of a DUI, he is also arrested for failure to stop. Officers, of course, reminding the public that there are much better and safer things to do than drink and drive. Well, Yakima's airport director, Robert Hodgman, is retiring effective October 31st. He cites frustration with city leadership and a difficult work environment created by a lack of support. A spokesperson with the city says they'll begin the search for a new airport director in the next few days. And the Kennewick School District is hosting a safety summit at the Kamiakin High School Library tomorrow. It comes after a 14-year-old student allegedly made some credible threats on social media against the school. Authorities during their investigation say they found videos, a manifesto, and a color-coded map of the school indicating a shooting plot was underway. The safety summit is designed to bring everyone together for an open and moderated discussion on school safety. Meeting starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, again at the Kamiakin Library, and you're encouraged to submit any questions in advance. Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this means a pink flag is once again flying high above Cadillac's Regional Medical Center. It honors survivors, remembers the lives lost, and this year it's also about education, educating families on the genetic risks and the BRCA gene. Well, Congressman Dan Newhouse met with local farmers to talk about a crop that is growing in popularity, hemp. Crops like apples and hops have had smaller markets in the past few years, and so a lot of farmers in the area have turned to growing hemp to make back money lost. Well, farmers are asking Representative Newhouse for some language in the House Agricultural Appropriations Bill to be changed because it currently bans hemp and its products. Congressman says he would support the change. 5:53 in your national headlines this morning. Tomorrow marks 2 years since the war in Gaza began. Analysts say an end could be within reach as ceasefire talks begin in Egypt today. Negotiators are discussing President Trump's 20-point roadmap for peace. It calls for an immediate end to the war and then gives Hamas 72 hours to release all Israeli hostages. After that, it has Israel set free 250 prisoners and 1,700 detainees. The plan also involves Israel's eventual withdrawal from Gaza. For the first time, Israeli leaders are publicly agreeing to that idea. 5:54 in your business headlines now this morning as the government shutdown stretches on. Food banks are preparing for increased demand. One food bank in Washington, D.C. estimates about 75,000 federal workers are living paycheck to paycheck. They say they were already seeing an increase in need because of the job cuts earlier this year. And food banks in other states are similarly preparing for possible increase in demand. Also, other key programs such as SNAP could be disrupted if the shutdowns extend into next month. Take a look at your health headlines now this morning. A new Canadian study says emotional well-being is just as important as physical health for longevity. Researchers looked at more than 8,000 people over 60 and found 1 in 4 were able to deliberately improve their health and happiness in just 3 years. The key factors were social support, positive mindset, and healthy habits. They believe the findings could change how we approach aging in the years ahead. The study was published on September 24th in the journal Polis One. All right, time to talk some sports at 5:55. Seattle Seahawks lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday. Game was tied 35-35 with 1:15 left, but with 3 seconds left on the clock. Buccaneers Chase McLaughlin nailing a 39-yard field goal, winning the game.
Sam Darnold's fault.
Always. Yep. No. Hey, he didn't do too bad for some people in their fantasy leagues. But I did have Seahawks, their defense, and they didn't do me very well.
I'm sorry.
So, I know. It's only in one league. I'm in 2. All right, talking baseball now. A win for Washington sports as the Seattle Mariners beat the Detroit Tigers yesterday. Final score 3-2. Mariners marking now the Mariners' first home postseason win since 2001 ALDS. Quite the run they're having.
That was a great game.
It was.
Both the games were great, but I'm glad they got the dub last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. All right, trending now this morning. It's time to carbo load because it's National Noodle Day.
Yes. Well,
do you love a noodle?
I do. I love a good noodle. Well, you can mark the day by trying to make your own noodles or make things easy on yourself and go out to eat for noodles. Even easier, make up some packaged mac and cheese or ramen noodles at home.
So if you really want to go crazy, you can enter a chili spaghetti eating contest. Fun fact, noodles were invented in China around 4,000 years ago, and instant ramen noodles were invented in Japan in 1958. What's your favorite? What's your favorite noodle?
I make this, it's like creamy, cheesy tomato pasta, and it uses, I'm going to mispronounce it, P-E-N-N-E.
Penne?
Penne. That's my favorite. What about you?
Penne. Man, I don't know. I mean, I like a noodle.
There's no such thing as a bad noodle.
There's really no such thing as a bad noodle. I mean, from, like from ramen, and traditional ramen's delicious, all the way to a penne.
A penne.
And everything in between.
Yes.
And I think Genevieve's the same. I don't think she's met a noodle she didn't like. Girl loves her noodles.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we have an update and the latest on the Labor Mountain Fire. We have what crews have been working on at Mission Point, plus an update on containment and acreage and what they can expect weather-wise as they continue to battle that fire. Also, a wounded jaguar found in South America, how officials were able to rescue it. Oh, that's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And what are you tracking? More fall-like weather?
Yeah, we have weather over the next few days that's going to make Jade go woo.
Woo.
And then after that, maybe she's going to go wah, wah. So, yeah, we'll talk about the ebbs and flows to the forecast.
Of my emotions?
Exactly. Yeah, we'll talk about all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.